Expressions in After Effects can feel like you're trying to learn a second language just to move a layer. But you don't need to have a degree in computer science just to build better rigs. In this series, we're breaking down expression controls, those simple sliders and checkboxes that turn a messy timeline into a professional workflow. Let's get into it. In this video, we're going to take a look at the checkbox control, and we're going to do that by building a very simple control that will allow you to turn on and off a Posterize Time feature. This could be useful, especially maybe in a character animation or something that's a little more cartoony, where in the middle of the animation you may want it to have a more nostalgic look with a lower frame rate, but you want to be able to turn that on and off in the middle of the animation. You don't just want a low frame rate for your project. So let's go over the basic setup we've got. This is just going to be very simple. We've got two circles that are bouncing back and forth across the screen. So if I hit play, every 2 seconds, they're going across the screen. Same exact keyframes, everything looks the same. We are going to take the bottom one, and we're going to add a checkbox control to it. So search for checkbox, come over, drop this on your layer. And this is another scenario where if you have multiple layers that you want to be able to control all at the same time, it may be better to create a controls layer. In this case, we're just going to drop it directly onto the bottom circle. We're going to come over to our position, hold down Alt or Option, and click to access our expressions. And the first line is going to be, we're going to create a variable called check equals, and then we're going to pick whip up to that checkbox control. End it with a semicolon. The next line, we're going to check a condition. So it's going to be if, open parentheses, and then we're referencing our variable, which is check. 2 equals sign, because we're not assigning a value. The 2 equals sign means that we're checking what the value of that variable is. With a checkbox, if the value is 0, that means it's unchecked, and if it's 1, that means it's checked. So we want to know if it's checked. So we're going to put a 1. And then we're going to open this up with a curly bracket and press Enter. So the first line of code inside these curly braces is going to tell After Effects what we want to happen if the box is checked. So we're going to say Posterize Time 8. And then we need to tell it to use the value. And then we need to build an else condition for when the box is not checked. So else, open curly brace, and then in this case it's just straight value, which is telling it to use the value that's already in place. So now, if we hit play, you see nothing has changed yet because our checkbox is unchecked. But as soon as I check the box, you see we now get that low frame rate look. If that tip just saved you an hour of manual keyframing, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss future content. It really helps the channel as we grow. Thanks for watching, stay creative, and let's go make some motion.